Hello, it's Michelle again. I had a couple of requests to talk a little bit more about how I use my bullet journal for project planning and for breaking down my projects, so I thought I would do a quick little video for that. So I do have a main projects list in my bullet journal, and I have all of the getting things done here stuff just for to keep in my mind when I need to check back with it. And then on this part, I have a list of all of my different active projects. And as new projects come, they will get put down in here. And as I finish up projects, they will get lined through. Some of them are continual, like doing swatches for my blog and reviewing plates for my blog. Those are there kind of just as a reminder that these are always things that I need to be focusing on. So this is all of my active projects, and then my next step is to take whichever of these projects I know are active, meaning I'm currently working on them. So like I have some books that maybe I'm not working on right now that I've outlined but I'm setting aside. But so for this month, all of the ones that I want to focus on, I put them here on my project dashboard. So these are books that I'm currently working on. One in one phase or another. So one of my books, Deadly Avatar, I'm currently querying, and that means sending it out to at this point I'm sending it out to agents. So I'm looking for representation. Same thing with Accidental Divination. I'm currently querying that. Hazel Green is a book that I am currently revising, and you can see I've broken down the next steps here for the next parts that I want to revise and how I'm approaching that. This is a book that I am currently writing, so it's in the first draft mode, and so that's why it says writing. The King's Project, this is a part of my genealogy, so I'm a family genealogist, and this is just a particular part of the genealogy that I am looking into now. And over here in the next action column, I have an article that's in French that I am transcribing so that I have the English for me whenever I need it a little bit easier. And this is a next ancestor that I'm going to be looking for. Another big project that I'm working on right now is organizing my house. So I'm kind of spending the year doing the KonMari method. And so my next phases for that I'd like to accomplish this month are going through all my tons of costume jewelry. And then I have storage tables that have storage built into them. So I want to go through and organize those. And yes, I know the KonMari method says you should do it by type of thing and not so much by location, but this sort of is that because the sorts of things that I have in these places are the same kinds of things, so it's not as much of a violation as it appears. And then my blog is an ongoing project, and these are the next items that I need to do for my blog. These are items that I need to review. And then over here I have two projects that are sitting on the back burner waiting for the next step, which when I write, I like to do, overhaul a draft or write a first draft and then set the book aside for a little while so I can get some space from it. So that's what's happening with those there. Okay, so now I have all of these broken down kind of into my next steps. So now my next step is to go to my monthly goals and break this down now into my monthly goals. So for writing, for Deadly Avatar, I'm querying. So I want to put down, Deadly Avatar, querying, and then same thing for Accidental Divination. So usually I just use my little shorthands here, querying. And the next thing, Hazel Green, I'm revising. So Hazel Green, revising, and I know that I want to be done actually by the end of the month. I want to be done this, so I'm not breaking this down into anything smaller. Overkill, I am writing. So I'm just gonna, but I know I'm not gonna finish that by the end of this month. So I'm gonna put write, and I'm gonna give myself a goal of 15,000 words. Now normally, if this were the only project I was working on in the writing, I would give myself a higher word count goal than that, but because I'm revising and I know a lot of my time is going to be spent on that, I want to make sure that I write at least 500 words a day, new words a day, for this new book. Sometimes I might have other goals that are related, but in terms of the actual projects, that's what I need to do there. All right, so for my blog, and actually I'm going to just go ahead and move this for a minute. This is one of the reasons why I love the stickies. So convenient. Since I got a lot of things here I want to make sure I'm doing. So this is Uber Chic Beauty Collection 19. All right, so now that I'm done that, we'll stick this back here. And I'm going to pull this one off. And then there are a few other goals that I know that I have for other things that aren't project related that will end up getting put on here too, but just for my projects. And usually down here I write a list of what all my active projects are, so that I will know what the status is and I can check that quickly. And then if I need to update the next steps, like if I finish all of this and I'm going up to the next thing, then I can sort of figure out here and use that as a planning space. All right, so now I have this broken down into what my next steps are for these for August. It just so happens that everything on that on this page here I want to be able to accomplish in this month. So now I'm going to go to my weekly, and this is the next coming week is July 31st to August 6th. So now I want to break this down a little bit smaller. So it's not that I necessarily, querying, okay, well, how many agents do I want to query? So I'm going to set myself a goal for each of these. For Deadly Avatar, I'm going to query 5 agents. For Accidental Divination this week, I'm going to query 5 agents. For Hazel Green, my revising, I know I'm almost done revising the sections for one character. So I'm going to just put that. And then for my other book, for Overkill, I said I wanted to do 500 words a day. So 500 times 7, and my math is bad, I think is 3,500, right? 3,500 words. If I'm wrong, let me know, which I probably am. But okay, so for my blog, when I look at this, I know that I want to get these, all of these reviews, I want to get finished by the end of the week. At least the videos made and the nail art done and all of that. They may not all get posted this week, but I want to at least get the videos all done this week. So I'm going to go, actually I've done the video for Collection 19. So UCB 19 Manis. And you can see here I already put the school video has to get done because I started doing this before I remembered I wanted to do a video on it. The Lena, I want to do that video. I also want to do the doodle video. And the lookbooks and the clips, I'm going to wait, that'll wait for another week. So I'm not going to worry about that just yet because these are more time sensitive. So and you can see here, I already know, because my garden is coming in, I need to make some pickles and I need to make some tomato puree. So those are already on there. But my other ones, I'm going to work on transcribing the article. That's going to take a while. So that's enough of a goal for this week. And then, so we'll leave my ancestor there. And then I'll do my jewelry this week is what I'll clean up. Okay. So now my final step then is to take these and spread them out through the week with a realistic sort of goal. So today is Monday, July 31st. And so I'm going to commit to querying 5 agents today before I go to bed. Tuesday's going to be a busy day, so I'm going to do my Accidental Divination, query 5 agents. I do want to work on at least like one scene for Mallory every day because I try to make sure I write every day. So I'm going to go one scene here, and I will put this in for every day this week. And then the same thing here with Overkill. I want to do at least 500 words on Overkill. All right, now for, I know that I'm going to be making all my videos today because I've set that time aside today to do that. So I'm going to make these today. Later in the week, I'm going to be editing them and that kind of thing. Wednesday is the day that I am going to make my pickles and probably my tomato puree. We will see about that one, but I can migrate it if I don't have time. Transcribing the article, I will probably work on that here, and I will probably work on it here. And then I will work on my jewelry here, and if I don't finish it that day, I will work on it here, but hopefully I will finish it that day. And so that's it. That's it for all of my project goals. And you can see then I've got this now down into really precise bites. So I'm going to query 5 agents tonight. I'm going to revise one scene of this book tonight, and I am going to write 500 words for this book tonight. This afternoon I am going to film these videos, do these the nail art for these plates, and then boom, anything else that as I'm going through that's not project related that I add in, those will be my goals today. And actually for this I am going to put 2 to 3 pages. So you can see these are very precise bites now of that elephant that I can take. And if I find out that, okay, this is too much, you know, I didn't make nearly as much progress as I wanted to, then I can go ahead and adjust. And then the next week, you know, I can adjust even further. So next week, what I will do is I will go back to the monthly goals. I will have crossed off the ones that I completed. Some of them are ongoing for the week, for the month. So like this, I'm going to be continuing to query. So the next week, I will give myself another goal related to that. If I'm not done the revision, I will give myself another goal. If I'm not done the writing, I'll give myself another goal. And if new projects or new steps in the projects come up, then I will go ahead and put things down here and then work from there each week to figure out what I'm going to be doing each week and then divide that up through the days. So that's how I use my bullet journal to project plan. And if you have any questions, let me know. And thank you for taking a look, and happy planning.